We're live. Hello and welcome to the Inspired Instagram series. Yes, I need to play some music, as part of the intro. Note to self. Thank you so much for joining. Wow, today we have a very powerful and potent guest, Akika Kaye, of Sound Medicine Woman. It's my absolute honor to introduce her into this space so we can connect. How to be limitless, being able to use your voice and stepping into your power as a leader. I think I've said enough. That's pretty potent in itself. So what I'm going to do, as always, I'm going to invite Akika into the space. Then I'll do an introduction and then we can get into it. So thank you so much for joining. If you're watching live, welcome. If you're watching the replay, also thank you so much for your time, your energy, and for dropping in. Your soul has clearly called you here, so it's really beautiful to connect.
Hi.
Hi, my love.
How are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm so good. I'm so grateful and excited to be here.
I'm so pumped to have you here. It's really awesome. I was feeling really ecstatic. In the lead up to this, I'm like, oh, what's going to come through? Because I'm like, hold on.
That's always the way. That's always the way with my personality.
I literally was like, okay, cool. I've got water. I've got the things. I'm like, stay hydrated. And yeah, just really, really open to what will come through. Will be divinely timed, perfectly placed into what's going to be transmitted. And yeah, just having so much trust in the flow. So thank you for your time, your energy, and for showing up today.
Thanks for having me. I can't wait to share and to connect.
I know. So potent, so beautiful. Okay, so everyone's probably asking who's Akika Kaye? Give me the tea. So I would love to introduce her as I actually love my introductions. I'm like So Akika is one of my soul sisters. She has personally helped me on my journey with finding my voice, being in my full expression, being able to drop into a sense of safety with self and that expression piece. She's a leader in the space of sound transmission. Her voice is like this, like fireworks to your third eye. Her voice is
fireworks to third eye. I like it. I'm gonna keep that one.
Absolutely. It's a no-brainer. She's magnificent. She's effortless. Her voice, her sounds, her being. She's so true to her purpose and continues to grow with such ease. And she has this playful personality, which is so infectious in the sense that, look at that smile. She is just a superhuman, an absolute superhuman. And it's an absolute honor to share this timeline with you. I'm so glad that we were born to share this timeline together, because I can honestly say I think I'd be a bit bored if you weren't here in this timeline. I'm always, and how playful you are. It's just an absolute honor to call you my soul sis, to call you my friend and sister. So
love you. That's so kind. I feel like it's the kindest introduction I've ever got, and I'm lapping it up, and I'm here for it, and I love you, and just really grateful for our friendship and co-collaboration and all the things.
All the things. Yeah. We've and so to give you context for those who are watching, Akika and I came together through a program that we're moving through together. We connected, our souls were just how do we do this? How do we connect in real life? The universe set us up in the most synchronistic way. We ended up living together for a short amount of time, which was beautiful, getting to just really be in this spiritual space, but also to grow together, to support each other, to laugh, to cry, to hug each other when we were feeling down or just needed that support through those dark nights of the soul, or just that transformation period. which if you've moved through the spiritual space, or been able to connect further with yourself, it can be quite lonely or just intense at times. And so
Ascension is hardcore. Ascension is hardcore. It's not for the faint-hearted. And I always say this, like, if every Tom and Dick, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
right,
Consciously.
it really, preach. Like, I'll second that, because it's a real to face yourself through the adversity, through the shadows, and actually go, this is something I don't want to continue in my timeline. And having to cut those cords, it's like, takes a lot of bravery, takes a lot of courage to step into that and go no more. And you actually taught me that, which is beautiful. I love that. Akika actually taught me, she was like, no more, and I was like, can that be a thing? And I really started to cut some serious cords in my life that were just draining me, and I had deep worry and not a lot of sense of self. And so thank you for teaching me that and for holding me.
Yeah. Well, I feel we're all going through it together, and you just need another person to reflect what you really truly feel, and to trust that wisdom to take that step and to act on what needs to be done, in the form of being the creator of your experience, being the creator of your reality, so.
Yes, I would like to repeat that. You are the creator of your reality.
Exactly.
Everybody.
Exactly.
From the top. So yeah, I guess that's a really beautiful point to really highlight, is that you are the creator of your own reality. And which is why I invited Akika to the stage, to this platform, because she embodies that. She is, like, what I love about Akika is that she takes what she wants to do and she's like, cool, run. Like, she runs with the wolves, and she's just like, okay, it might be dark, it might be scary, but I'm still running. And you listen to the whispers and you follow that truth for your dharma. And I wholly respect that and love that about you. And which brings me to a point of, like, let's talk resilience. If we're talking about limitless today and the expansiveness of life, what would be your key takeaway with resilience and holding that strength and power to create limitless of possibilities? I'd love to.
Yeah, so I guess a little bit about my work is, I'm a sound frequency artist, and I work specifically with influential leaders, and really people who have a vision burning inside them that they want to carry forward. I'm the girl that's going to help you to create that optimal internal environment so you can actually materialize that, whilst also becoming the embodiment of your work, because that's all we become our work. So resilience is such a key aspect to living the vision that source places within our heart, or source places within our consciousness. The person that's in front of you was born through resilience. The person that's sitting across, well, I'm saying you're across from me, but you're right there. But the person, Julie, was born through resilience, right? And I think it is a really major factor of ascension. It's a major factor of elevating your consciousness, because we start to understand that there are programs that we are running. There are certain things that we're running in our life that are not in alignment with our highest good, that are not serving us. And it's through resilience we're actually able to mirror and see and feel our own power. And it's always our own power that creates worlds. So I think, we a lot in the spiritual movement, in the spiritual industry and coaching and stuff like that, it's about loving yourself. It's also about empowerment. But the other aspect that's really rising is like nervous system regulation, feminine energy, loving yourself, all of these types of things. But the reason why we want to cultivate nervous system regulation and we want to cultivate inner peace and be grounded and things like that is so we can be resilient to create more, to elevate consciousness, to birth these visions that are like fire inside of us, moving throughout our bodies, that transform us in the process. So I guess my work is really around supporting you to find resilience on a somatic level. So the sound frequency is a really powerful way, like you said, open the third eye and to really bring up any density and to also connect you to that infinite power that is creator, source, whatever you want to call it, the quantum, however you connect with a higher power. And then on an energetic level, allowing you to be able to hold those frequencies in an environment over a long term so they can actually start to become part of your lived experience. So that's how I kind of work with resilience. And I mean, in my own life, you know, I'm kind of recovering from this being in the feminine energy and the feminine flow, which I absolutely love. But, you know, sometimes we can use that energy as a way to be lazy. We can use that energy as a way for those programs to sabotage actually what we're creating. You know, being, you know, because sometimes we're scared to actually get what we want, or we're scared of our power. We're only in, you know, a certain aspect and ratio of our power because maybe we don't know how people will relate to us when we stand fully in our voice. Maybe if we're alone, you know, we don't know how we'll be able to manage our power. I know for me, I thought, oh my God, maybe my power will get out of control and I'll end up like some crazy guy. What's that guy with the cat that's like... You know, like that's our fears that we have. Yeah. It's so fucking irrational. So yeah, I've been really focusing on resilience. Yeah, it's a big aspect of my life and a big aspect of what I share in my work.
And I love that because it is, well, yeah, especially the resilience piece, the taking that sacred feminine energy, but then also marrying it up with your masculine and holding that. And actually having that safety of both sides, because you need systems. We need to keep moving. We need this kind of like the ship to take us to the next level.
We need the structure. We need the structure. And I think a lot of people think the feminine is just kind of goes with the flow. And, you know, she is submissive, but she's being. When you're being, you're actually actively present. You're actively present with what wants to move through. You can almost think of it like at a transmission, but you need that masculine energy to hold the safety, to hold the structure, to be disciplined. So
yes, the D word.
The D word.
The D word, discipline. You know, it's something that the more you can hold that discipline and then create safety for it and to just keep, you know, have that continuity, and that, you know, it really does take form, so that way your power has kind of got that shape to it. Does that make sense? Like it's got little cute foundation.
It's got penetration, it's got direction, and it's got focus. And in a world that's trying to distract you from, you know, we've got phones, there's so many distractions. It's interesting. There's so many distractions. What you can mostly cultivate to be a really potent and powerful leader is focus.
Yes, I love the focus card. And it is so true. Like if you start to list out all of the things that have distracted you this morning, I can easily list out 10, you know, and then you have to catch yourself. You're like, where am I? What universe am I in? Or who am I scrolling on? Or how did I get here? You know, it's the distractions of life, but it's also that main key being focused, discipline, and creating that resilience within self.
Which is all, nobody wants to hear that shit. People want to just come on and be like, bro, I just want you to tell me how to meditate in like 20 minutes and then I'll get everything. I will materialize my vision. I'll be helping. I'll be serving on my highest level. It's like, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. And I'm sorry because I've had to learn the hard way. And if we think about these leaders like Martin Luther King, and we think about Rosa Parks, you know, these are people to me that I'm like, fuck, Nelson Mandela. Their greatness and their power and their energy was born through destruction, was born through resilience, was born through, you know, discipline and believing that they had a mission, they had a unique blueprint from in their heart, and they were fed up and they were going to actualize it. And sometimes it means people aren't going to get you, people aren't going to like you. Yeah, I could, you know, I get all about this.
I'm so here for the fight up. Yes,
Muhammad Ali.
You know, let's go. And that's what I love, is that, you know, it does take work. Like it is part of the, like, to show up, to have a voice, to really share on a level that's like, I might be polarizing, but I'm okay with that, because if I want to have to lead from the front, I have to lead with a really strong mission. You know, not one that's going, oh, cool, I think that's all right, or oh, you're right there. It's like, no, you've got to go. You know, it's like calling those leaders to the front that are willing to actually take up space.
Take up space. And I think, you know, when a lot of people think of following this blueprint, you know, a lot of you are already in leadership, but when you think of taking that, we're always consciously inspired to take it to the next level. We're consciously inspired to be better, because that is the innate blueprint of the universe. That is the innate blueprint of reality, is to constantly spiral and to know itself and to expand and to actualize. And I think, you know, you need to become more direct, and you need to become more solid. You need to become a safe space for what is moving through you. And you know, a lot of people advertise, you know, it gets to be really fun, and it does get to be fucking fun. Yes, it does. But it also, you get to have a deeper level of self-respect through the devotion to what you're creating. And I think that's the final little link that takes someone from leading and takes someone from, like, you know, running a global movement and being great. It's that little last jump, that last kind of hurdle.
I love that. That little last hurdle being devotion. Yeah. Showing up and then devotion. Like, that's, especially the greats, they devoted to their mission. Like, they were like unwavering.
They were unwavering. And if we even think, you know, I work a lot with the Christ consciousness, and if we think Jesus Christ and, you know, what went down for him, and you know, he was completely devoted to his truth, and he was completely devoted to what he believed in. And I believe he is the archetype of the divine masculine, that heart-centered masculine who will die. They will die for what they, this is getting so intense, but they will die, you know, what they believe in. But this is the kind of energy that is going to shift our planet, and that is going to really raise consciousness. Leaders that I work with and want to support in seeding. So
yes. And I love, there was a quote, it was like, they tried to bury us, but they didn't realize we were seeds. It's it's something along the lines, I may have butchered that, but ultimately it's a Mexican proverb. But that's really the essence of it. Like, you're so devoted, the seed has been planted and you will grow. But you've got to be devoted to that plant, nurturing it, like the cyclical nature of life. This is our evolution, is that we are here to evolve, to crumble, to fall, to you know, we're going in these beautiful loops. And I guess it gets to be the magic of life and living this human experience and being in the experience as well, like showing up, doing the work.
That's it, 100%. Someone's giving us love hearts. Thank you.
Yay, thank you for the love hearts. We see you. So I guess I'd love to hear from you about, you know, leading from the front. Sexy, amazing. Resilience, yes. Having to push through. Whoa. I'd love to hear about, because you do it in such a way for your, you know, for your own being, is that, you know, you're very unique in your expression, you're fully expressed, which I love. You know, and honestly, you and your full expression gives me, and I'm sure many others, the permission to be in the expression. So eternally grateful for you and your essence. So I'd love to speak to that, and maybe some tips, or how you embody your fully expressed self, how you drop into your leadership in that space, what lights you up in.
I would say, like, in terms of like expression, there's a level of self-trust that I have. You know, I've been on this ascension path. I found ascension through trauma, as a lot of us have. But I found it through, you know, this is a bit of a trigger warning for anybody, but, you know, I went through a lot, you know, like, I had a suicide attempt, and I had a lot of trauma in my family and sexual abuse and things like that. And I was really unwell. I also come from a space of you know, in my family there, you know, spirituality was something that was very encouraged and talked about. And when I look back, it sort of was an initiation period, right? Like into my gifts and into realizing that the world that I was living in and who I was being isn't who I really am. So I went on a really massive journey of ascension and studying yoga and energy and consciousness and all of these things, just following the breadcrumbs. And I had a lot of experiences with my own genesis, with really understanding consciousness on my own level and understanding my relationship to source, or understanding my relationship to God in a way that was embodied for me. And that was through discipline, and that was through devotion. And it wasn't, you know, it's not something, everybody has it in their own way, but through that I found trust and safety in what was moving through, because it felt so embodied, the experience that I had, that I was like, fuck. I was like, shit. You know, that one experience, it really changed my entire life. And I realized, like, what is actually moving through me and what I want to transmit is so real to me. It's realer than anything that anybody's ever taught me. It's realer than anything that anything that anyone's ever said to me. And so I guess my expression has been a continuation of a devotion to that energy, because when I felt it, I thought, I need to transmit this. And I've always been into sound. I mean, when I was a little kid, I was like on the stage and I was at the front and I had like no teeth, and I was like pushing kids out the way and my mom was laughing. Like, I've always been a performer, and I was going to be a dancer and like a musical theater, in musical theater and stuff like that. But yeah, it just so happened that that was the medium for me, that energy wanted to move through. And so I guess I just trust my expression, because when I go for it, it takes me to places that I feel so at home in. It connects me with my ancestry. I have women in my line who have been sharing this type of work for a really long time. And it also lets me live a life where I'm so fucking myself. So I'm like, the more I express myself, the more I be honest, even if it's weird, even if like people don't get it, it is the key to me being happy here. And it's also the key to me serving people here, because when I'm in my full expression, I find with my clients and stuff like that, it unlocks something, and then we're laughing, and then they go, Akika, oh my god, after that session I just went to a group and then I started doing this, and then this unfolded. I'm like, oh, I can lead like this and I can move like this. So yeah. Yes, Jermaine's here. Love you. You love her. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, and you can just feel that potency when you're in your gifts and your magic and your like, and your like, well, you're just, this is it. This is what I need to share with the world. And you do that. It's like, it takes people on experiences. And I love that uniqueness about it, because it is so unique. I'm like, thank goodness. Thank you, you know, for being just so open and sharing. You know, if you're following, actually follow Akika on Sound Medicine Woman before we continue, you know, like get onto her page, follow her ASAP. If you're watching this live or if you're watching this on the replay, do the thing. Because she does share her gifts with us with love. Like, if you see all of her reels, she's there showing up, sharing her gifts. And you show up off it mostly every day, which is actually so beautiful, because, you know, like any leader, no one's telling you to do something, you just show up and you move. So thank you for sharing your gifts, because they're freaking phenomenal. And we actually have the pleasure of a sound transmission.
Yes,
Today is,
yes, I'm excited.
and what's beautiful is that what I love about Akika's work is that personally working with her, she is the queen of sound transmissions, in the sense that she'll crack your heart open. She will move. They're just out of this world. So yeah, I'm just really honored to be able to do this with you. I think you're the best. I think it goes without saying. Like, you know, raise the roof. Sorry.
Yeah, and I wanted to touch on one last thing. I know you asked for a tip in that, but I just went a little bit wild with my story. One of my tips, I think, would be if you're already a leader and you're really wanting to be more magnetic and to really amplify the impact that you're having, is to really share your connection to your source. I don't care if you believe in God or the universe, whatever you do, create a movement that is powered by your unwavering trust and your unwavering embodiment to the connection to your source, because that is what the world is needing. That is what the world is needing. And if every mission of everybody that serves is seated in that, it's seated in a faith of some sort, something greater than yourself moves you to become limitless. That would be my tip. And sound is how I do that.
Isn't that just like, whoa, actually phenomenal? Like, it is true when you can actually connect to a source that's higher than, like your higher self, God, universe. It's like, that there's something bigger than you. It's like the ocean, the waves, the universe. Like when we actually think down to onto a nuclear level, like we are so tiny in comparison to the galaxy. So when you're actually connected to a higher source, you're able to tap into something greater than you and be led by something, and knowing that you're just divinely supported is like next level.
And that's what people are looking for. And that's what people want. They want that connection to the source of which they are. That doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean? They want to be interconnected, and we are that. And we want to be able to move without fear. So yeah.
Yes. So if it's one way to move through fear, is actually to be connected to a higher self, which is like, and be led. I love that. And so I wanted to, uniqueness, shall we, okay, so we ultimately with your sound transmission, how are you feeling? Do you want, shall we start now? Like, how would you like
Let's
us
do it.
to prepare for it? Okay.
Let's do it.
I love Akika sound transmissions. I have been very blessed to work one-on-one with her, to be transformed, to be awakened, to be open. So yeah, I'm going to give the mic to you. Akika, you just guide us as to what we need to do. So we
Awesome. So just sitting up straight, and you can close the eyes if you want to light something like some incense or something that will help you to be present. That's always amazing. We begin with presence. We begin with stillness, which is the beginning of all creation, the nothingness, the everything and the nothing. So dropping into that, I just want to explain. So I will bring sounds through if you're wondering how they work. There's a sound frequency will always be move at the intention of the carrier. So I'll bring a certain intention, and I really wanted to drop into something around amplifying your heart, connecting with heart coherence. I will speak light language as well, which is basically like sounds and vowels that work to move energy, that work to move energy and to awaken something inside you, to take you past the programs, past the mind, and into all that you are. So just closing down the eyes, we'll take some deep breaths. I'm just going to bring the first layer of sound to drop us in. So just opening and dedicating this moment in time in service to the sacred law of oneness, endeavoring for us to be the way shower of source, to be the knower of source. Source, we ask for your gatekeeping in order to hold our mission, our highest purpose in service to the law of one, the law of love, living organic light, the living light code. Breathing hard, taking a deep breath and drawing the awareness into the chest, asking Source to help us to breathe its living light codes into our form. Kiara Nayariyo, Anayayayalenu, Shoo. And just sinking into your brave and resilient heart, as if this was a cosmos of its own, feeling into the unique frequency that lives here. Feeling the expansiveness, feeling the power, feeling an access to a source of information, your intuition that is not bound by space or time. Your anchor in the unknown, the portal that is the bridge to who you are at the deepest level. The cosmos that lives here in your heart is your power source, your compass, your sacred text when navigating the uncharted waters. An archive that holds a unique energetic blueprint of your mission. The part of you that knows how to guide your people forward beyond the perceived limitations and programs of the mind. The part of you that sits eternally at peace, beating to remind you of the possibility when you return to presence. Your kingdom calling you home. The part of you that finds power and momentum in your unique flow. The one that wants to feel everything and be cracked open, turning your insights and wisdom into service and art. That part of you that isn't afraid to let their vision be bigger than who you are right now. Finding power in your brave, magnetic heart. Just taking a moment in the 0 point, in stillness. And just trusting that your mission, your leadership, your evolution is held and supported by source, and that the heart is your center for amplification. It is your compass and your center for power. And so it is blessing you and your soul on this journey that you've decided to undertake. I'm so grateful that you are in your mission and in your work. Grateful to meet you and feel you and see you in this moment.
It's beautiful. I don't know about anyone who else is watching, but it was incredibly just that stillness, the heart coherence, letting your leadership lead from the heart. And that sound transmission was just beautiful, so thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's such a pleasure.
I love that we get to do this work.
I know, it's so beautiful, and I think it's divine.
I love the bit at the end, just that stillness.
And that's where the resilience is built from. It's the return to the acceptance, the nothingness, and everything, that which we come from, that which we go to, that which we are, our source.
I'm so inspired to just be still. I feel like I'm still in the 0 point, that energy of just like, that nothing, no thing.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
So my love, I'd love to, I'm sure whoever's watching this live or going to watch the replay is wondering how can one work with you? How can one feel this on a fill us in.
Yeah. So I just first off come to my community, Sound Medicine Woman, create a space of value, a space of connection, and a space of safety. It's really important to me. I have YouTube, which you can connect with in there, where I'll share regular videos and transmissions based on what I feel I want to bring through. And then I'm also holding Lead with Your Heart, which is all about amplifying your impact through heart coherence. It's a live experience through sound where you will be guided to your source, your inner source, and just really supporting you in becoming open and magnetic to new opportunities, to reinventing the way you lead through connecting with your own unique energetic blueprint. I create really deep spaces time. Allowing you to lead from power, not obligation, your own unique flow. That's a big part of the event. It's going to be really transformational. So I invite you to come along and to connect.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I highly recommend working with Akika in these types of containers. She takes you on a journey. She fills another level of your spirit up. Like there is a soul cup, and she fills that up. So I couldn't recommend her containers more. And Lead With Your Heart will be absolutely phenomenal. I tried to paste the link to the comments, but what I'll do is I will add this to all of the social posts. So when this does go live, I'll make sure that the link is there, as well as in any tags. Yeah, just trusting that there is a link, so it's easy to sign up to get a ticket, because it starts on the 18th.
Yeah, and if you can't make it, there's a recording as well that will go out to everyone too.
So make sure to join. It's going to be I think with any kind of leader, especially in this space, to actually open your heart to receive more. It's potent, powerful, and it will shift you. I can assure you won't walk out the same person.
You won't. I always say, to all my clients, you are the way. You are the way. Knowing you and trusting you, even you already trust you're in leadership, but knowing you on that, going deeper. And, there's a reason I call myself medicine woman. It's because we go deeper into these dimensions and deeper into these layers of self. Your essence is completely magnetic. Your essence transforms worlds. And when we can lead from that space, it's like, oh, shit.
Shit. Watch out, world. And that's the other thing, right? It's like there's the sound bowl essence that can come through, but yours is like sound bowls times like 700 electrified. Do you know what I mean? Like, sound bowl, what? Like, you've got the sound medicine woman. And having access to her and her gifts is like, you're welcome. You're welcome out there. So I'm sorry I wasn't able to. For some reason, it started pasting thesaurus. I don't know what happened. And I'm not too 100% savvy in the sense of trying to get a link to pin to the comments, so I apologize now.
Oh, no,
I was like,
that's
highly
fine.
likely I'm going to cancel this, which I don't want to.
No,
but I will be adding the link. Okay, folks. So make sure.
No worries. Thank you for the people that have watched. Thank you, and it's beautiful to connect, even though we can't see you, but we feel you. And yeah, hopefully this has inspired you. You are limitless in anything that you want to do. Take this as a synchronicity, as a confirmation. Source is here to move through you. Let yourself be heard. Let yourself rise to the next level, because the world wants you, it's longing for you, and it needs you. So yeah.
It was powerful. I think we can end on that in the most beautiful, like, the world is ready for you. The world needs you.
Ready. Thank you for having me, Julie, and thank you for creating this space for women to come through and to talk. And no worries, Casey. It's lovely to see you. So yeah, grateful for you, and excited for, we're working on something together too. So excited to bring that forward when the timing is right.
Watch this space, fam. It's only a matter of time now. So it's been an honor to thank you for those beautiful words, and thank you for honoring our beautiful viewers who are watching. Thank you, Casey. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in. We really honor you and feel you. And yeah, what an absolute delight. Rock on.
Absolute delight. Lots of love and good energy.
Thank you, my love. Thank you for your time, your energy, your sound, and your medicine.
Pleasure.
We deeply appreciate you. Yeah.
Deeply appreciate you too. And love you. See you guys.
Next time. See you, sunshine. Bye.
Bye, Mads.
See you, Mads. Oh, that's so kind. Oh. So to everyone who's tuned in, this is just my exit outro. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your time, your energy, your love, your support. To everyone who's watching this on the replay, enjoy. There's some potent pieces in there about leadership, resilience, your uniqueness, showing up as you, connecting to your higher source to feel the love and the energy that needs to come through for your purpose, your dharma. A sound transmission, heart coherence, energy to lead from your heart. And then also Akika has her event, her container opening. It's a 2-day event called Lead With Your Heart. So I'm going to add that link to the comments once this video is live in the grid. So make sure to head along. Like it's an absolute no-brainer. If you're ready to step into your power, this is the place to be. So sending you so much love. Have the most beautiful afternoon, evening, morning, depending on where you are in the world. And sending you so much love and good energy. Mwah. Till next time.